Dear friends, I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. And as we are about to celebrate the final Shabbat of the year 5784, when we read the double portion of Nitzavim-Vayelech, there's so much to reflect on. As we close the year, a difficult year for the Jewish people. Israel has been in a war since Simchas Torah. Almost the entire year. There's never been in the current Israeli history a war anywhere near this long, and we don't even know when the end is, and we hope and pray it finishes very quickly, not by ceasefire, but by triumph and victory. And Jews around the world are still shocked by the anti-Jewish rhetoric coming out of people's mouths, the protests that authorities are not totally stopping. What's happening in universities where they are trying to be so politically correct that they can't say the truth from their mouth, their lips don't allow true words to tell us what really the situation is, but always trying to play and be nice to everybody. It's a challenging time. Not that we are doubtful about our future. We know our future. And the future is always with the Jewish people and with our message. And actually it's fascinating, this week's Torah portion, Hashem tells us the future of the Jewish people. And he says, I want you to know. Moshe tells the Jews, you will become successful. And you will turn your back on Hashem. And you will ignore Him. And you will go down your own path. And things will happen to you that are not good. But eventually, you will not be lost. You'll come back to Hashem. You'll return back to your roots. And this is the trajectory of the Jewish people. And I say that we have to get together and show God that we will not follow in this direction, because we will not allow our success, and we live in one of the most successful periods of Jewish history. There's never been such Jewish wealth and so distributed among so many. The power and ability to buy influence is incredible. But we will not abandon God. We will not forget about Him. We will double down and build greater schools of Torah, higher institutes of learning, chesed, kindness, shuls, and all types of activities that strengthen the Jewish community and our connection to Hashem and the world at large. And I want to also point out a verse in the Torah where Hashem says, I've given to you es hachayim v'esatoiv, the good, the life and the good, es hamavis v'sara, death and the bad. And then Hashem says, v'charta v'chayim, choose life. And everyone asks, who will choose death over life? I mean, unfortunately, there are some people, and we know that they're not well. But who, as an average, stable human being, will choose death over life? So what is Hashem telling us? I mean, it's obvious. And yes, some people explain that Hashem is talking about here life and death. He's talking about spiritual life and death, not necessarily physical life and death. And that is not so clear and easy to see. Many people will choose a life void of spirituality because they think that that's better and has more value, it's tangible, it's real, I can enjoy it today, my successes. But I think there's another point that the Torah is trying to communicate, and that is, Uvacharta b'chaim. I want you to choose life. Don't choose life just because I told you to choose life. Don't choose life just because you read in a book to choose life. I want you to really feel and understand and buy into this fact that this is the best choice. Don't do it for ulterior motives. Do it because you believe in it. Because Hashem put us here in the world with that ability that we can make the right choices. Even though we have different paths that we may follow, we will make the right choice because inherently we will understand that this is the right way. And even though the way and choosing life entails thinking long term and not for the immediate gratification, putting off pleasures for later on, putting in the effort, consistency, persistence, so many of the elements that it takes. But yet you will make the choice because even though it's easier the other way, you want to do what's right and you feel that that is the only choice that you can really make. And let's hope that as we go into the new year that we will choose life. We will not look at what the world is trying to convince us and tell us and turn everything on its head, but we will choose the truth as hard as it is to carry. And even though the noise and the voices of the other side are louder, we will not be quiet. We will continue to say what's true and what's real and live by it. This is our moment to choose life. Let's all choose life. I want to wish you Shabbat Shalom. God bless you all. We love you. Candlelight time in Montreal, 6:23 p.m.